Hi, this is Shoptadeep from Hyundai Squad Canines. So today I'm going to be discussing with you one very nice challenge that you might be facing with your dog, and especially the problem of jumping up on other people or guests. Now, there are two situations where this behavior typically gets reinforced in fact. So when people come over to your place and you allow your dog to jump up on them, you are encouraging that behavior. Like, it doesn't matter whether those people, whether your guests are dog friendly or not. Similarly, if you come back from an office, or let's say from the market, and you simply come back home and you right away engage with your dog, and especially if your dog is jumping up to greet you, and you further give him that attention or the affection, you are directly reinforcing that behavior. Okay. And similarly, when you take your dog out for walks, there are people who approach your dog to greet, and in especially if you have a very friendly breed like Labrador or Golden Retriever, so these type of dogs do tend to be more accepting of other people's presence. Okay. So what usually happens that as a passerby comes to you and come and engages with your dog, and you let your dog to greet them by jumping up on them. Now, this reinforces that behavior again and again. Now, understand this thing. Whenever you are allowing this behavior to happen, you may be inadvertently putting your dog and other people at risk. How? So let's say there are two set of people who come into the picture. Let's say a 5-year-old child and a 60-year-old, or let's 70-year-old lady or old person. Now, if your dog ends up jumping up on either of these people, and it may so happen that he may end up toppling them over, and they may fall back and they may break their bones, or they may get injury. So it is not desirable. So if you have paid attention to one of my previous newsletters, I had mentioned that a dog's mind works in two colors, either black or white. Okay. So which means either your dog understands that a certain behavior is allowed or it is not allowed. So there's no in betweens. So if you're thinking that, if you're assuming that, I want my dog to understand that if he does it with me, it's okay. If he does it with other people, it's not okay. No, it doesn't work like that. Your dog cannot make that distinction between the, oh, am I allowed with this particular person, this, and with other people I'm not allowed. No, your dog's mind cannot process that information. Okay. Now let's get started. There's one very particular and very simple method that I typically suggest to people who are facing this challenge. It's very simple. You can tackle it with the help of a simple game. The game is, again, there's two steps, in fact three steps. So how it goes, I'll explain to you. You come up to your dog and start amping him up with a super excited tone or baby talk. Okay. And you ask him to jump up on you. The moment he does it, reinforce it. Okay. Now again repeat it, but this time you add a particular command like jump up or lap. So some sort of very different specific command that tells your dog that it's okay to jump up on you. Okay. So do it again and again repeatedly, and do it every day. And eventually you also start adding the command of get down, yeah, get off, so that your dog understands that, okay, it's done, now he has to get off from your body. Now once your dog understands these two commands of jumping up on you and also getting off from you, okay, now it's time to put into place, put in the caveats. How? Anytime after that, whenever your dog jumps up on you, until you ask for it, unless you give him that command ki jump up, correct him, say no, and correct it with a leash, or let's say simply step into his space. So that directly discourages your dog from jumping up on you without cue. Okay. So now when you do it repeatedly every day, and you can also take the help of your friends or people who are dog owners in your circle. You can ask them to come over to your place, or you can take your dog to their place and again practice this drill. So when you do it with at least a dozen people, give or take, and you do it repeatedly again and again, you make it a game. So eventually a dog understands it's not desirable, he's not allowed to jump up on you unless you give him the command. Problem solved. So now that's how it goes. It's a very painful problem, I know, especially with large breed owners, and but then again, it's a very easy to sort issue. So there are other techniques as well. We will probably cover it in some other videos, but this thing, just try it out and let me know in the comment section. Thank you. Have a nice day.